Prahar, and
Yep.
I'm from Jamnagar, which is a small city in Gujarat, and
Uh-huh.
I completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Darshan Institute of Engineering and Technology, which is in Rajkot.
Okay.
And from fifth sem, I was really fascinated by how CAD is taking over in the manufacturing and the design field. And I was really interested in learning the softwares. So from that time only, I started to learn various softwares on my own. It was really interesting that how the softwares are taking over and reducing the cost of the manufacturing and increasing the possibility of how the things can be designed.
I also saw your LinkedIn post firstly to start with. Uh, it was quite an interesting post. It was quite an attractive post, I
Yeah.
could say. And now I would like to hear from you about where did you all start doing this Aston Martin? What was the inspiration for you to go with Aston Martin, and what all you considered? So we
Okay.
can talk about what would be your future, what could be your future ideas
Okay.
on these models.
Aston Martin, this car 177, I really like it because of how low it is to the ground and how the hood is long. So this is like, and also the two-seater, which really attracts me, And other thing is that I joined mechanical engineering just because I want to create my own car. So my main goal to join, to take the mechanical field as my main degree was just and only one thing, to build my own car. So I was not even considering what are the future, like what was the future of it, like, and what could be like my job. And also I was just focusing one thing in my mind, that I want to create my own car. So in sixth sem, I believe, I was very interested in learning freeform modeling. So I started freeform modeling in Creo, which was my first software which I learned. I have also created few models in Creo, which were my own design. I created those designs, but the thing is, like, the proportions were not there, like the dimensions, the length, width, and after when I saw this Aston Martin course, actually this was a sub course which was introduced in hybrid electric vehicle as a sub course. So before that, I finished the Alias course. So which was really interesting. But and the reason was like Alias is not that much introduced when to the engineers when they are in the language stage, right? And when I heard about Alias, like I was thinking that what is this software like? How come the engineers are not knowing this one? So that was the one thing which catch me. And after that, I saw this Aston Martin course, and I was like really hyped up in finishing it. So from this course only, I learned about the proportions, like the how certain dimensions are multiplied to get some certain dimensions. For example, like if you consider a wheel, and if you are taking a sketch, then the front wheel and the back and the rear wheel, the distance is like around 3 wheels or 2.5 wheels, depending on the type of the vehicle you are. If you are using sedan or if you are using a hatchback or something like that, then the proportions are different. So that is what an ordinary car designer and a main car designer knows the difference, like how the height is differing and how the height should be. So from here, I learned the proportions. And after that, I modeled my own one, which was from the reference of, Mercedes AMG. I took the dimensions like length, width, and the height of it. But the thing is, like, the model is fully straight. From the sides. But as you can see, it is not the case in the car side. So this is what I'm trying to implement in my own model. So I hope that after this, I can able to make it.
Can you go through the model?
This Aston Martin 177 is made totally in SolidWorks 2019. We have to go for surface modeling because the surfaces, like the models which we create are not quite possible with part modeling only. So for that, we need to make surface modeling. So the basic idea was to create a surface model first, and from that extract one by one. So I extracted the parts like the doors and the rear diffuser, the windshields and all, which I will cover back later. Whole project is modeling SolidWorks 2019, which consists of surface modeling as well as solid modeling. The main workflow, which was surface modeling, which definitely we need to do, like the most work is done by the surface modeling. the frames and all are modeled with the help of the surface modeling. And for the solid modelings, like the rims, the brake calipers, the disc brakes and all, we have to use solid modeling. The workflow was to model the frame first, and to model the frame, like if we are working in surface modeling with SolidWorks, it's not the same as what like we do in the automotive softwares, which are designed for the cars only. Like we can manipulate the curves in 3 dimensions, that's not a problem. But if we are using SolidWorks, then what we need to do is like we need to create the project curves, right? So for the project curves, we need to set 2 planes, whether it be top or bottom, side or top, that doesn't matter. But for that, if we need to make a one curve, then we need 2 inputs for that. Other thing is like we need to think further before starting the model, right?
Yeah.
So we need to decide like which are the parts which will be taking care of firstly, because this will affect the model afterwards. And surfacing is always harsh, and if we consider SolidWorks, then surfacing is really difficult if we are not knowing the basic stuff and not knowing like what are the the main features, right? And which was really difficult for me because I learned the CAD software on my own, so I was not really into it with the surface, the feature set. First of all, I started with the roof, which takes a major role in it, because that is the first thing which is not needed to modify, right? Modified much. We did not modify the roof much, right? And we gave the reference to it. So that was the main thing that I started the first. And then when I created the model, I extract the parts. Like first of all, I extracted the windshields first. Then then the doors, then the side view mirrors, then the rear diffuser, and with the help of that, the hood, and then the headlights. So for the starting, I have to take the reference from somewhere, right? So for that, I imported the blueprints, and for that thing, what we need to do is like we need to set the proportions, right? The height, the length, and it, so that our model is close to the realistic, right? And as I mentioned that we need the project curves. So what we need to do is this side view and top view, if we need to create this thing, so we need to make curve from here and here. And we need to make sure that these 2 blueprints are relative to each other, so that the final output, the projected curve, is erect and correct to what we are seeing. So this is why
it's proportionate between the left side and the right side.
Exactly. So for this thing, if the blueprints are not correct, then the output will not be as accurate as possible. So
one short question, sir, in between. Were these blueprints prepared by you, or you took these blueprints from someplace?
No, actually, it was provided in the course only. From the side, like you can see the final model where each and everything which was to be assembled afterwards are extracted, like the windshields, the doors, and the hood, the rear diffusers, the headlamp, and of course the wheels. So these are the parts which I extracted and took it into the separate part so that I can make a detailed view. For example, this extra feature here, which I took this part outside and then model. So this is the combination of surface and solid modeling here, and these are perfectly like the surface modeling only. And the rear diffuser also here also I use solid and surface modeling, and these are the parts, the rims, which I use the basic features like extrude, revolve. And one really interesting feature that I was really impressed by is this variable chamfer, which I did here. So this was the best thing that I couldn't imagine, like this is even possible. So this thing is a combination of surface and solid modeling again. Like I created the sweep here, and I created the surface there. And then with the help of surface and the body cut, so I was managed to do that. So this was the really, like, I consider the top feature that was introduced in the course.
There are many such features. You'll come to know one by one.
This was the best thing. It's really small, but the output of it is really fascinating. These are the models. One thing which I would like to tell you is I pretty much messed up in creating this door. because I was not familiar with the surface workbench. So what
Yeah.
I did was like, what my mindset was like, once you create the surface, quickly knit it. I created this door and then quickly knitted it, not
Yeah.
knowing that this door would be, like, have to be extracted afterwards.
Yeah.
So this is where I got stuck, and I wanted to take. I like it was really needed to take help from the support engineer. So that was quite a relief.
Yeah.
This was really a messy part. It could go wrong, but it
Yeah, all
was,
your questions were answered by the support engineers, right?
yeah, it was easy after he told, like, it was pretty much simple. Yeah, firstly, but what my way of learning is like, try each and everything first by yourself, and if you are still not getting it after like 2 to 3 or 4, maybe 10 times, then only you ask for the like the help and support.
You will not forget when you do this, sir. You will not forget when you do it.
I would like to show some rendering images that I made it in Keyshot, which is also a really amazing software to showcase your work, right? The other important thing is, like, after you make your own work, most important thing is like you need to able to showcase your work. So the presentation is important. And one thing what I did was like imported this file in Alias just to see like how the curves, how the quality of the surface work. I understand that how the softwares work with each other, like importing the file and conversion of CAD also, which was a really important thing in the CAD design. These are the models. The rendering images, and a closer look at it, just to take the realism.
Nice, Prahar. Then what's the next plan then?
So as you can see in this, if you focus on the bottom, like I have not created the interior, right?
Yes.
So that is the main thing that I need to make it. So hopefully I would make it, but the main plan is to create the one model that I have created. So the first priority will be this one. After I finish my hybrid electric vehicle course, I really want to make my own car so that I can drive it on the roads.
What else is pending for you to cover in this hybrid electric course? What have you completed till today?
So I have completed 2 courses. First one is Alias, which is a really good course. I really admire Skill-Lync for introducing that course. Other thing is this Aston Martin One, and currently I am working in CATIA. So I took a design path in it, hybrid vehicle, and in the design part I preferred complete design of passenger car, which includes automotive lighting, automotive surfacing using CATIA, sheet metal using NX, and Alias, and this Aston Martin course. So currently I'm in the third software, which is CATIA, and after that I will start doing with the automated lighting. And they're not only explaining like what are my doubts, they are actually solving my doubts by introducing like how this thing started.
Correct.
Yeah. So for that, I'd like to show one thing that where I was stuck. So if we consider this rim, so we have to pattern it and then cut it, right? So generally, an CAD engineer, like what those who have, I'm talking about those who has not like understood the concept, the entire concept of how each and every options is there, right? So if you consider extrude option, so there is an option of merge and unmerged body, right? Yeah, but we do not use this option very often. Right. So but what I did was like while creating this revolve thing, I forgot to give one option, which was to merge body. So so that was giving me trouble. Like this whole thing was not combining. So at that time, I just asked that what is the problem? The support engineer could directly say that you have not selected this option. But instead of giving this answer directly, like he explained each and everything, like why we are giving this option here, and what exactly that option does. And if we need to apply that option, then what are the conditions should be?
Consequences. What would be its consequences? Nice.
Yeah. So this is how my doubt was solved. So which is like really rare, and which cannot be seen like everywhere, right? So this is how the engineers should be, and this is how the mindset should be. And the other thing is this caliper as well. I learned the software on my own. So which was the main drawback for me. Like this, I won't consider this drawback, but this is the main thing which drags me down, because I learned the software on my own. So the main thing is like I am not familiar with each and every option that is in the software. So this is where, like, just like you said, that this is where I got that I should not rely on the icons and the words that are used in here. Like if you consider CATIA, that is pocket. If you consider NX, that is also extrude. But if you consider CATIA, then it is pockets, right? So it is so it is totally different. And here as well, the merge and unmerge body was that if we design this part, if I give this part to any other engineer who has done software on his own, like this will be a nightmare for him to create this part with what. But if you use merge and unmerge body, so this actually creates a possibility of how the part can be made. So this is still a minor thing, but this helps a lot in creating a part, right? Other thing is like this is a personal question that I would like to ask to those who are I consider the top, the top in their field. So if we consider softwares, so when like firstly I did Alias, right? But before that I was using Creo. So for spanning we use Control in SolidWorks, right? But we use Shift in Creo. And in Alias it is totally different. We use two switches. In CATIA you don't need to select any switch just to span, right? Other thing is can I show you, like I made it in Creo? So this is the model that I made.
Okay, it's not complete yet.
That is what, like the straight line here.
Looks promising. Nothing to complain here, but of course there is a lot of scope to improve.
So this whole design I got it from water droplet. Because this is that is the more aerodynamic shape, which is possible. So I got idea from that only. And apparently McLaren Speedtail also has the same, the idea like behind it. That idea was the water droplet shape if we look from the top. So from that only I knew that I'm going in the right direction. I just need to make it possible to be realistic. So
yes. But the model looks really promising. Yes. No doubt. Can you show me the side view, or kind of isometric view? Okay. Nice. It's almost 60-65% complete. Only 20-30% more. Nice, sir. Nice. Very good.
Great. Can you tell me, like, where are the parts? Where should I focus more? Like, I designed this car to be a mid-engine one. So that is why I'm not having enough space in the front. So that was my idea to do it. So this is mid-engine one, which is in the industry considered a difficult place, to have the engine. But so that is what my plan was at that time.
So now from what I see, mid-engine is a way old type of mounting the car. The reason is, sir, engine actually dissipates quite some amount of heat. Okay, for the people to get over the heat, they generally invest a lot of money on the insulations and noise absorbance, noise and the heat. Noise absorbance. When you do it in the middle, you will have to invest much more than what you generally do. With the rear engine or the front engine, you will have to do much more. And when you do this, you finally land up with a very less space inside for the passenger to sit. Okay, you are contributing space, etc., and you finally land up with a very less space. If we are talking about taking only 1 or 2 passengers inside this car, then maybe we can compromise this. When we are trying to make this as a 2-row, then I would not prefer you proceeding with this middle engine concept. If you are thinking about just one person to drive this car, then I'm really happy about this proposal. That would then work. That sufficient places are there. And we should also think about the rear visibility. Of course, these are all the cars, these are all cars which are not ethnic passenger cars. These are all some concept vehicles. So we cannot talk about rear visibility, etc. One camera behind and the display going to show you everything what is coming behind. So you don't have to worry about that things. But apart from that, from the normal car's perspective, the width also looks not proportionate to the length. This is just a first-hand impression what I see. with the images. Without dimensions, with dimensions maybe I'm wrong also. But from the first-hand impression, what I get, I see that the width might be little more for this length, or the length could be little more less for this width. It looks little not proportionate. Maybe it looks like that because we are not seeing the tires yet. Sometimes when the tires come into picture, it gives us a different perspective of the car.
Exactly.
So maybe after you put in the tires, and when you're closer to complete, share us the images, and maybe I'll give you much better impressions.
Great. But
presently, I can talk only about this mid-engine concept, which I am not a very big fan of.
Okay, great. But at the time,
because I am more interested instead of these racing cars or concept cars, I am more interested in passenger cars because I like taking people from one place to another place. Yes. So we move people from one place to another. How happy and comfortable they are inside the car. That is what I always think about. When I am going to drive a car for 400-500 kilometers at a stretch, how comfortable I am going to be. And if my family is accompanying me in the car, how comfortable my family is going to be. I think about their height. I think about their convenience. I think about the kids whom I have. So there is a lot more perspective. When it comes to racing cars and other things, the thinkings and perspectives are on different directions. They will have to see 0 to 100, how many seconds. And
exactly.
what they don't think about the mileage. They don't think about
mileage
how
and all,
is the fuel efficiency. But a passenger car, we'll have to think of fuel efficiency. So the thinking and perspectives are quite different. And again, the market is also big for passenger cars than race cars.
Yeah.
So I'm also interested in that.
Great. So one thing more I would like to share here, just because you said it like you are interested in passenger cars more. So this model I made it in 2016 to 17. This model I made, But the change happened after I took this course, right? I was not having any idea like how to proceed further, right? So that is why I stopped here.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I have said earlier that I have picked passenger car design, right?
Yeah.
So now if you can now you see where I'm going, right? So this is where my mind is also shifting. Like I should focus on passenger cars more, right? So that is the reason I took the passenger car ones, because as you said already, like this is a more bigger market, right? And also this will be more convenient for me, as well as just like you said, like the family members, and this will make you happy, like when you see your own car on the road. If you have designed a sports car, then it's very rare to see on the roads, right? But if any passenger car is going and you have designed it, then you can say that that is my design, right? So
yes. Of course, both has its own perspective and its own level of reach.
Yeah.
But I prefer passenger cars. This is just my own impression, sir. Nothing offensive against.
No. Yeah, I'm also thinking the same way. That is why I shared this thing. So I'm also focusing on passenger car, and let's see if I can make this passenger friendly, just like you said. And okay. So I'll have to make this from scratch in Alias. So that's also a difficult thing to do.
Proceed this good job. That is what I could definitely say. Like I told before, I always wanted you to proceed doing this good work. Keep in mind of what we discussed today. Think of other properties, other materials, other items, what you got to do. The exterior appearance is different, and how it looks inside is going to be completely different. That you will have to have in mind for sure. So it gives you a wider knowledge. I can definitely guarantee you that you will have a much better knowledge. You will have a much better perspective over passenger cars later. That I can definitely guarantee you. And any difficulties, don't forget to contact us.
No, great, definitely. And that is what I'm seeking, and that's kept me going. So this is the best thing. Like I'm not doing any job right now, but at least I can say like I'm working with my dad at the moment.
So you completed your engineering, right?
Yeah, I completed in 2019 only. So I have worked for 6 months in manufacturing industry, which I'm not a big fan of. So I don't like manufacturing industries. Like people are working like robots, like they are giving the outputs, and you need to give. They are giving you input. You give the outputs. That is only one thing. Every day you don't think like there's going to be something new. However, I was in a new product development department, which works
Mm.
for the development of the new part. But still, the people there and the job reach was not also that good. And when this hybrid electric vehicle course introduced, I was really into it, but I was not
Yeah.
able to get into it. So last year I took this AICT free course from Skill-Lync. So
Yeah.
I really liked that one. And after that, I left the job, right? And then I started for HEV. And the other thing is like, anyhow, I need to do job, right? So, but this is not entirely an concern. Just to give the job, because my parents are really supportive in this one. So, but however, I need to be an independent man just to like have money and also.
For sure.
It is one concern.
Understandable.
So
things would definitely fall on place, Prahar. I mean, the interest and the efforts what we put in will definitely be reciprocated by the whole environment. That is how it is. You show something, you do something to the environment, and you believe in something, the environment will get back to you with what you believe in. I always believe this. So
thank you very much. Great
speaking with you. Thank you.
Same here. I really look forward to how we will talk afterwards again.
Yes, for sure. Yes. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.